Green Tree Productions is proud to present Duncanville Weekly News. It's the good news just for the City of Champions, Duncanville, Texas. And now, here's your host, John Thompson.
Hello, world, America, Texas, and Duncanville, and welcome to this edition of Duncanville Weekly News for the first part of April 2016. Glad you're logged on and watching. Well, as you can see, we're not in the dugout, but we're in the stands and can see the dugout. And Coach Scott Fahey is going to be in here after a while and tell us about the baseball team at Duncanville High School, how the Panthers are doing. But first, we've got an event coming up next month that everybody should be interested in, and here's what it is. It is that time. City and school board elections. Early voting is April the 25th to May the 3rd at the library conference room. Election day is May the 7th, and as usual, you'll vote at Byrd, Reed, or Fair Meadows, depending on your precinct. We have a race for mayor again this year. Incumbent David Green will be challenged by Mark D. Cooks. In District 2, incumbent Steve Rutherford will meet Gwenda Joyce Lowe. And in District 4, Ron Dodson, the incumbent, will face Lorraine Hood Jack. Kind of an unusual situation with the Duncanville School Board of Trustees, as incumbents Tom Kennedy and Phil McNeely are running unopposed, as is Joe Veracruz, who filed against a current member who chose not to seek re-election.
Hello, I'm David Green. I'm currently the mayor of Duncanville, and I'm running for a new 2-year term. The election is on May the 7th of this year, and I would ask for your vote. But I want to tell you a little bit about what's been happening in the 2 years since I've been back in office. When I came back into office, we did not have a permanent staff. We had interim people, and we needed to get that corrected and get a permanent staff in here. So at this time, I'm happy to announce that now we have a permanent city manager, a permanent assistant city manager. We have a permanent economic development director. We have employed a new position, and that is our city planner. And she is very qualified. We're happy about that. With our new staff, some of the things that we are endeavoring to get underway very quickly are revamping our field house. We all know the name Bob Knight Field House. Actually, it's now Duncanville Field House, and we want to, after we received a very comprehensive study by one of the best firms in the United States, we want to take those recommendations and move forward. We are right in the throes of interviewing, and we had a bunch of applicants for a new director of the field house, and that director will work and be part of our park department. We're merging the field house in with the park department to offer a one-stop shop place that you can either go to the field house and do your workout. We're going to attract national basketball teams. We're going to attract a lot of things, volleyball teams, but you also will, if you work out at the recreation center, you'll also have the opportunity to go down to the field house to work out. Again, we've got so many things going. It's an exciting time here in Duncanville. We just brought in a new hotel to Duncanville, which will be built on I-20 adjacent to the Holiday Inn. It's a 101-room Hampton Inn. That will help us. We need to build Duncanville because basically our ad valorem tax revenue is coming from the households. We need to turn that around. We need to bring in more business that will pay the ad valorem tax, the sales tax, enable us to give tax relief to the homeowners who are footing the majority of the bill at this time. Exciting things are happening, as I said. I just want to remind you again, my name is David Green. I have served for mayor of Duncanville for 10 years, and I'm asking you to consider me and vote for me for another 2-year term, and the voting date will be on May the 7th. Thank you very much.
Once again, for the 33rd straight year, the Duncanville Chamber of Commerce and the Duncanville Rotary Club will sponsor the 2016 Candidates Forum. It'll be in the City Council chambers this year, and it'll be on April the 21st at 7 o'clock. Of course, all the candidates are invited to attend this event and to participate. I don't know, maybe one or two candidates in the past 33 years have won the election without attending this forum. Come and bring your questions. The 33rd Candidates Forum.
It's springtime in Texas, and that means Duncanville Panther baseball right here on Duncanville Weekly News and the Panther Dugout Show. The Panther Dugout Show brings us updates and highlights of the past few games and a peek ahead to the Panthers' next games. The Panther Dugout Show is brought to us by James Memorial Chapel, the Pope Financial Group of Raymond James, by the Wolverton Company, serving the heating and cooling needs of the Duncanville area for longer than anybody can remember, Jim McDonald State Farm Insurance Agency, right here on Main Street. Remember, State Farm and Jim are there. By Chubby's Family Restaurant on Cockrell Hill for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And there's a reason why they do a lot of catering. Leon Miller Commercial Properties. Need some commercial space? Call Leon at 972-709-7181. By Roma's Italian Bistro at 100 South Main. Call 972-298-5900 for free delivery or dine-in. Entries are prepared freshly cooked for every order. By Glow Family Dental, General and Cosmetic Dentistry. Your smile is their top priority. They are here at 427 West Wheatland or call 972-298-2027. Glow Family Dental. And by Ambit Energy. You have power options. Call me at 214-918-9981. You'll be glad you did. And now, with the Panther Dugout Show, here's John with all the highlights.
Anyone can understand the way I feel.
Hello, Duncanville baseball fans, and welcome back to the Panther Dugout Show. As you can see, Coach Scott Fahey is here with us. And Scott, welcome back. I know you're in the middle of district play. Go over the last few games with us.
Okay. Midlothian came to town on Tuesday for a District 8 6A matchup between the Panthers of Duncanville and Panthers of Midlothian. Midlothian got on the board in the top of the first, scoring 1 run to take an early lead. Midlothian pitched Russell Smith, who's a pretty high talent. On top of the first with 1 out, Alex Sanchez drew a walk. That was followed by a Osvaldo Salinas walk. And then the bottom of the first ended with a Hector Cron strikeout. After 4.5 innings, with a score of 15-0, Duncanville bats in the bottom of the 5th, and with 1 out, Chris Polk hits a ground ball to second, which is misplayed by the Midlothian Panthers second baseman. With 2 outs, Nick Chavez delivers a single into center field. That puts runners at first and second for Duncanville. And then with the 2 outs and 2 runners on, the game ends with a game-ending strikeout by Alex Sanchez. Midlothian wins this matchup 15-0 and keeps them undefeated in district play. Saturday, we hosted Fort Worth Southwest in a non-district game. Bert Guerrero took the mound for the Panthers on a bright, sunshiny Saturday afternoon. In the bottom of the first, the Panthers start their offensive action with a hit batter, George Trevino. After a ground out by Nick Chavez, Alex Sanchez hits the ball in the left center field. And a diving play just comes up a little bit short by the center fielder as Trevino races to third and Sanchez reaches second. Osvaldo came up and blasted the ball in the left field to score the Panthers' first run and put runners at the corner for Hector Cron. Cron then delivers a single in the right center. That plated Alex Sanchez from third and gave the Panthers a 2-0 lead. Noah Martell hits a ground ball through the left side of the infield. That plates both Salinas and Cron to run the score to Panthers 4, Raiders 0. In the bottom of the third, with a score of 4-0 and 2 outs with nobody on, Martell finds a spot in the Raider defense for his second hit of the afternoon. A.J. Castro follows with a fly ball in the shallow center. A little miscommunication helps the Panthers reach second and third, and good hustle by Castro getting into second base. Recent call-up Devin McPhail then hits a ball back through the middle, sharply through the middle, which plates Martell from third. And on the relay throw, McPhail takes second base. And that pushes the score to 5-0 Duncanville. Trevino draws a walk to load up the bases. That brings up Nick Chavez, who delivers a single in the center. That scores 2 more Panthers to make the score 7-0. Alex Sanchez then hits the ball hard down the left field line for a double. That plated another Panther run. It puts runners at second and third. Osvaldo then comes up and crushes a double to deep left center. Which runs a score to Panthers 10, Raiders 0. Panthers scored 6 runs in the third, all with 2 outs and nobody on. In the top of the fifth, Southwest scored 6 runs to run the score to 10-6. With Nick Chavez on first, in the bottom half of the fifth for the Panthers, Alex Sanchez singles in the right field. Ozzen hits a ball on the left. That plates, or center actually. Ball was misplayed by the center fielder, and that scored Chavez from second. Hector Cron comes back up. And his single to left loads the bases with nobody out. We get a ground ball to second. A force out at first base pushes a run across to make the score 12-6. Another ground ball makes the score 13-6. A.J. Castro comes to the plate, delivers a high fly ball for a sacrifice fly, which scores Hector from third. And then Devin McPhail comes up, gets his second hitter of the afternoon to push the score to 15-6. George Trevino then draws a walk. And with runners on first and second, score 15-6, 2 outs and full count. Nick Chavez delivers a single in the left field as McPhail touches the plate and ends this ball game with a score of 16-6. It's our third win of the season and our first run rule victory or mercy rule victory of the 2016 season. The Panthers traveled to Grand Prairie High School in Turner Park, right off of I-30 and Beltline. Some electrical issues forced the start time of this matchup to 4:30 instead of the previously scheduled 7 p.m. But we've been swinging the bat good in the daytime recently, so things look pretty good for the Panthers for this late afternoon ball game. Wind's blowing out towards center field. We've got our ace on the mound in George Trevino. But after one full inning of play, the Panthers trail 3-0. Picking up action in the top of the fifth with 2 outs, Grand Prairie's pitcher's working on a perfect game, but Andrew Budzinski hits a chopper to short, which is misplayed, and gives the Panthers their first base runner of the afternoon. After a pass ball or wild pitch, Andrew advances to second, but the inning ends with a fly ball by Noah Martell to the Grand Prairie first baseman. And after 4.5, the score remained 4-0. In the bottom of the fifth, trailing 8-0, Grand Prairie has the bases loaded. With 2 outs, a hit batter forces in a run to make the score 9-0. And then something that you really don't want to see, but it does happen from time to time. The game ends with a bases loaded walk to push across the Gophers' 10th run and end this contest by the mercy rule, with the Panthers on the losing end this time by a score of 10-0. Panthers district record falls to 1 win, 4 losses as Grand Prairie improves their standings in district play. And then Friday night we hosted DeSoto in a district baseball game, followed by a game against Rockwall in non-district play Saturday afternoon, on which we held Parent Recognition Day.
Friday night, the Panthers completed their first district round robin, hosting those DeSoto Eagles at what was going to be the Bob Bromback Field, but some technical difficulties put off that dedication ceremony for a few weeks. Freshman Adrian Castro was on the bump for the Panthers. We go to the bottom of the second with no score, and Osvaldo leads off with a single to left, but he was retired on a double play. So with 2 outs, Andrew doubles to left. Then Noah grounds to third, but the Eagle third baseman boots it, and Andrew is on third. Then Devin McPhail lines a double to over the left fielder. And both Andrew and Noah score. And after 2, it's 2-0 Panthers. We move to the bottom of the third, and it's still 2-0 Panthers. And with 2 out and none on, but Alec Sanchez walks, and then Chris Polk runs for him. Oswald hits a 40-foot grounder that stays in bounds, and he beats it out for a base hit. And then Chris goes to third on that play. With Hector Crone at the plate, it's the doodad, a double steal, and it works. As the DeSoto catcher throws the ball to second, but Chris races in from third as Osvaldo takes second base. Hector hits it to the left field side, and the DeSoto infielder can't handle it, and Osvaldo takes third. Then Andrew hits a rope to center to score Osvaldo. And after three, it's 4-0 Panthers. DeSoto got three in their fifth, so it's 4-3 Panthers. Headed to the bottom of the fifth, and Alec leads off with a single to right. And once again, Chris runs for the catcher. Osvaldo hits a shot to center, and when the ball gets past the center fielder, Chris races home and scores, and Osvaldo slides into third base, and it's 5-3 Panthers. Then with a drawn-in infield, Andrew puts it through him between first and second, and Osvaldo scores to make it 6-3 after 5 innings. We go to the sixth, and Devin leads off with a sharp single to center field. And he advances to second on a wild pitch to Rolando Ariano. Then Rolando swings and misses, but the catcher misses too. And he throws it wild to first, and Devin scores. And it's 7-3 Panthers. Then Jorge Trevino lays down a bunt and beats it out. And Rolando goes to second. Then Nick Chavez lays down a bunt that the pitcher can't snare. And the bases are loaded. With the infield drawn in again, Alec lines it to center. Scoring both Rolando and Jorge to make it 9-3 Panthers. In the seventh, with 2 outs and none on, the Eagle batter swings and misses for out number 3. Final, Panthers 9 and DeSoto 3 to wrap up the first round of District 8 6A action. Then on Saturday, it was Parents Recognition Day with the seniors coming to the front.
Everyday life and become a better man. He is a member of the National Honor Society. He's also a member of the newspaper staff. One of his greatest academic achievements is, of course, being part of the National Society, and his athletic achievement. He says he's better than Coach Ladd.
This is going to be a non-district game with the Rockwall Yellow Jackets. Rockwall is in District 11 6A, which is in Region 2. And they have a 9-7 record. They weren't on our original schedule for the Panthers, but after a couple of rainouts, they got together and decided to play here. Rolando was on the bump for the Panthers. The Yellow Jackets scored 3 in their second, and in the Panthers 6. With 1 out, Alec singles to left. And then Osvaldo grounds out to second to get on base on a fielder's choice. But another ground out followed, and we head to the 7th with the Jackets still leading 3-0. In the bottom of the 7th, Andrew leads off with a single to right. But with 2 outs, David Budzinski lines out to the second baseman to end the game. Final, Rockwall 3 and the Panthers nothing in this non-district matchup.
Also, each show, we have a play of the week. And, Scott, who we got this time?
This week it's going to be Nick Chavez and his game-winning single against Fort Worth Southwest. With a 3-2 count with 2 outs, his single to left field scored Devin McPhail to finish off the ball game with a 16-6 score. And that's why it's the play of the week.
The play of the week is brought to us by the Pope Financial Group of Raymond James. For all your investment needs, call John or Don at 972-780-0533 or come by 222 East Wheatland right here in Duncanville. It's the Pope Financial Group of Raymond James.
Yeah, that was a good one, Scott. We're into the district action now and into a few games. And here's the current District 8 6A standings.
Not surprisingly, Midlothian is on top, undefeated in the first round of play. South Grand Prairie lost only to Midlothian, and Mansfield lost only to South Grand Prairie and Midlothian. Grand Prairie is 2-2, having a couple of rainout games that they need to make up. The Panthers are 2-4, DeSoto 1-4, and Cedar Hill is yet to win a district game.
So, Scott, what do you got coming up now?
Well, we'll start the second round of district play Tuesday by hosting Mansfield High School at 7 o'clock, followed by an away game at South Grand Prairie on April 8th. Then we'll host Cedar Hill Tuesday, April 12th, and then we'll travel to Midlothian on April 15th.
Okay, Scott, looking forward to it. It's going to be kind of tough to make the playoffs, but I think you probably can do it. What do you think?
That's why they play the games. It's not played on paper.
And then if you win, if you come in 4th place, who do you get to play?
Hopefully it's Coppell. They're the nation's top-ranked team, and we love to go 2 out of 3 against Coppell.
Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, fans, good to have you with us. As we close this show, let's see some more sights and sounds from the City of Champions, and we'll see you again on April the 19th.
With the Rangers, what was the best trade they ever made?
The best trade they ever made? Well, the worst trade they ever made was when they traded me to San Diego for Oscar Gamble and Dave Roberts. That was the worst. The best one, I would have to say, well, in my time, when we got Fergie Jenkins for Bill Madlock.
Did you ever have any players make any trades?
Players making trades. Oh, we had Fritz Peterson and Mike Kekich. Traded entire families. Traded wives, children, dogs, cars, tractors. And Fritz Peterson then worked out all right. Kekich, he was left-handed. He's a left-handed pitcher. He's a little different. His end didn't work out. But, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we had, that was a strange year over there.